Hello, hello. Welcome to LowSwing Studio. Let me take you to a short tour. This here is the control room of LowSwing. That's where most of the work is done. There's Atmos systems, both analog and digital systems. The beautiful Neve console. We get back here really soon. LowSwing is part of this complex 3 Studio complex since 2023. The studio exists in '83, and in these beautiful recording rooms, we've done albums from Nick Cave, H.E.R.D, Erasure, and many others. I'm based here from 23, and this is the new home of LowSwing. We can go now and see the original control room from Tritonus. Yeah, it's like a same way it was since it was built in the 80s, and it's a really beautiful room here, very inspiring. Before we continue, you can see here the house clock, that clock digital systems of both studios. This is the atomic clock from Antelope, and this makes a huge difference for the digital systems by clocking it very precisely. It's something that you can really hear and really make big impact on the sound of the systems. Okay, let's go. My name is Sternberg, and I'm music producer and recording engineer and owner of LowSwing Studio. I am active in the music industry and studio scene since mid-90s. In '98, I moved to Berlin, Germany, and opened LowSwing Studio and operated since 2002. I've been working with many different artists and many different genres. Some artists that I was working with at LowSwing include bands Keen, Train, Kings of Convenience, Fink, jazz musicians like Omar Hakim and Kurt Rosenwinkel, electronics band like Junior Boys and Kreidler. So yeah, very wide variety of artists and genres. I also do here work that's technically completely different from one project to another, from a full analog production, for example, through my label, which LowSwing Records, which is done completely on the analog domain, to cutting edge new technologies like immersive audio, Dolby Atmos, which I can do here, which is completely digital. Few of the artists I mixed on Dolby Atmos include Daniel Lenoir, Bonobo, Roisin Murphy, and Fink. Yeah, enough about me, let's dive into it. In the heart of the studio, you can find the beautiful Neve console. It's a 5316 from the end of the 70s. This is the golden era of analog sound, and the Neve from the 70s are definitely the Rolls Royce of this area. It's gorgeous sounding console and a big part of the sound that I'm getting here. Very important as well is the monitoring system here. The room has custom-made Quested speakers built in the wall. It's a full range system and a main stereo system. There is also a 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos system installed here. Speakers made by Antelope Audio from Finland. Very precise, very good sounding speakers that I really like working with. The room is Dolby Atmos certified, and it was measured and calibrated to Dolby specifications. As I told before, I do like a lot of analog work here. So my tape machines, I have 3 Telefunkens machines that are big part of LowSwing, and especially for LowSwing Records. The heart piece of the digital system, it's the great Galaxy 32 by Antelope. This is where all the digital routing, audio conversion is done with this system. An essential tool for my Dolby Atmos work is the MRC control from Antelope. It allowed me to take care of all the monitoring tasks in the 7.1.4 system. Very well thought through design, very easy to work and very intuitive. I can do all the soloing and muting of specific speakers, volume control for the whole system, as well as presets for different calibrations of the systems. This is really priceless, and I couldn't do this work without it. We'll get into it in a second and see how it works. In the center of the Galaxy system is this screen. It's basically the matrix routing for all the input and all the output. Looks intimidating at first, but it's very, very easy to use and super flexible. Basically, every input can be routed to any output and creating like completely different workflows. For me, for example, I have like the few presets saved, like the normal preset, what I call normal, is basically just my tracking, my normal tracking and mixing in stereo system. The line inputs that are fed from usually console preamps from the NIV console are just routed into the DAW for recording it. The DAW is routed back to come back into the console. It's very simple, but allow me to do a lot of things. I also like have a output that connected directly to the monitoring to be able to do some quick rough mixes and bounce things around. Very elegant, very easy. When I'm going to Atmos, I would choose preset B, for example. By the way, all the presets can be chosen from the MRC controller, which allow me to switch between them really quickly from the sweet spot, as well as changing monitor levels and etc. The greatest thing here, and why it's like such a great system to work with anybody to use Atmos or any surround system, is a surround tab. This is unique here for the Galaxy. Basically, all the surround tasks are built in one place. You can do anything from stereo to 9.1.6 systems and do all the calibration in the Galaxy. Dolby sent their person here to calibrate room for me to get the certification. So basically, we went speaker by speaker and calibrate the EQ level, relative level, delays for each speaker to create an harmonic system that work perfectly inside the Dolby curve, which is essential to be doing this work, to be able to play this in any place that support Dolby Atmos. So the calibration really allowed it to be working anywhere in the world that basically played Dolby. It's all done. You can save different presets. You can do a bit of adjustments to taste. The workflow then is very easy. The DAW send the signal to the Antelope, which get all the EQ and delays for the speakers and send them to a physical output that make it on the way to the speakers. Very elegant, very thought through, beautiful and easy to work. And yeah, I heard that in a new version it's supposed to have like even more EQ points to get even more precise room calibration. So yeah, really curious to see this coming very, very soon. Okay, I prepared here a small example of a Dolby Atmos mix. We're gonna hear a song from the UK-based band Force Balloon, a song called Pencil It Delicate. It's a piano ballad with some backing vocals. It started as an analog mix on the NIV console. I bounced it from the console. I re-recorded some of the stems, and I'm creating now like the Atmos mix from it. Let's have a quick look. If you have headphones, it's time to use them maybe. I'm sending now the binaural down mix so you can actually listen to it when you watch the video on headphones. So yeah, the Atmos position.
Sewed up me foolish, drunk and sleepless. And swearing the moon's cold light as witness.
The routing in Cubase, which I'm using right now for this mix, is basically the renderer of Cubase is sending the audio through the Antelope to the surround tab of Antelope, where all the signals for the different speakers get the proper equalization and delay that was calibrated for this specific room. And this is routed again to the physical speakers, the Amphion 7.1.4 system that I have here in the room. Yeah, let's listen more. Let's have some
Tie up
3D
this
reverb.
bootlace, this jealousy, and pray you'll forgive so easy. And it gets me. There's something here I know I won't feel again. I'll be wise to remember, was a fool to begin. Cradled at the church door saying, raise my kids. Label this suitcase a goddamn waste. If pride's all I take, then I'll leave.
On the MRC, I can solo specific speakers. What I really like usually is to mute the front speakers and to get an idea what the immersive portion of my sound in this mix sounds like. Very, very useful and very easy to do with the MRC controller.
So maybe we're too late to pencil it delicate.
Most important screen while you're doing the Dolby mix is obviously the renderer. This is where you can see all your routing to the object and the bed. You can see all your object around and where they place in the room when they play. And of course the statistic, which is very important, the delivery levels are very specific. One nice thing when we calibrate the system here, I could get a reference Dolby level. We calibrate to -10, so basically when the surround level is -10, I get the correct Dolby curve level for the speakers, the amount of SPL in this room. Super useful, and again I can use the MRC to change the level and it at mix position. Very useful. I hope it was interesting to watch a little bit of my workflow, and thanks a lot for Antelope for designing such a beautiful piece of equipment that really helped me with my workflow. Thanks for watching and hope to see you soon.